Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where we love to talk about movies. Welcome especially if you're new. If you enjoy talking about movies and staying up to speed on what's in theaters and what's worth checking out, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a review. Alright, with that, let's get into today's review, which is for Bros. I just got back from seeing it at the theater, so let's dive on in. So in this movie, it's a movie about two men with commitment problems who attempt a relationship. So pretty standard synopsis. It is a rom-com. I don't know that you can get a... I don't think rom-coms get more complex in their synopsis than that. But what we're going to do is we're just going to talk to 5 points on the film that stood out to me, and then I'll wrap up with just kind of my overall thoughts and letter grade for the film. So first up, the first point that stood out to me was the scene that we have on the beach. And I'll keep this like spoiler free, but like if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, and if not, then yeah, it's really not giving much away. It's also just a rom-com, so I don't know how much you can really spoil those sort of things. But there's a scene kind of halfway through the movie where it's the two of them, they're just on the beach, and they have just a very genuine and like open conversation, and I thought that that was, well, it was particularly one of them that opened up, and I just liked that scene a lot. Just the seeing a character who's very closed off to people kind of open up, and especially when he's talking about confidence. I think I forget what the quote was exactly, but the he says something like confidence is just like getting to the point where you don't trust anybody else and you just trust yourself to rely on. I thought that was very interesting and something that I felt like I feel that I personally understand. But the second thing that stood out to me, or the second point that I liked, was the restaurant scene when the and sorry, I forget the names, but the family of the one is in town and they're going out to eat, and I thought that again was just a very real scene. You've got people kind of making mistakes and on both sides, and you see that play out in real time and you see the repercussions of that. So it's, yeah, it just felt like you're watching kind of real people, and real people make mistakes. So that's, I like that scene a lot. The third thing that I liked about the film was the main character. I thought that Bobby was very relatable to me, just in his like personality for being very like independent and only reliant on himself, and kind of standing off or closing off himself from other people and not really letting anyone get close to him, just kind of out of, it's, yeah, like if you let people get close, or if you don't, then you can't get hurt. And that's, yeah, I don't know, I can relate a lot to that. I think that's certainly that I something that I think I should work on personally, but it just made me connect a lot with that character. And I think any that helps a lot with movies if they can make characters that you connect with. So I enjoyed that aspect of the film quite a bit. The fourth thing that I liked about the film was the humor. I thought it was pretty funny throughout. It definitely had me chuckle and, laugh out loud a few times throughout. There were a few jokes here and there that felt like they were just in there for the sake of being able to get into the trailer, but I was happy to see that they didn't use all of their best humor in the trailer. So it was, I actually think they saved a lot of the better humor for the movie itself. And I think it's great when comedies can do that and not make you feel like you don't need to see the movie if you've seen the trailer. And then the last point that I wanted to talk to was just and we kind of got into this in some of the other points, but I think what's very fundamentally important for a rom-com is whether or not the relationship feels like it's believable and that it's realistic or something that would happen in the real world. And I think this does a very good job of capturing that. I think the two scenes that I spoke to earlier definitely help, but all around it feels like a very kind of organic relationship. And I liked the fact that it wasn't the like falling in love overnight sort of thing that you can get with some rom-coms. I don't know, it just felt like how the relationship developed was very natural, and yeah, it had me buying in by like as it was playing out. So that's something that I appreciate in a film, and yeah, has the fifth spot on the list. So overall, kind of wrapping things up, I give this a letter grade of a B. I think it's a good film. I think as like typical of rom-coms, it certainly doesn't demand to be seen on the big screen in theaters. It certainly didn't hurt, but it's one that I'd recommend if you're looking for something to watch, but not something you got to go out of your way necessarily to see. But I think that's kind of, it takes a lot for a rom-com, I think, to get out of the B category for me. So I think this is, yeah, a very solid rom-com, one I'd recommend if that's the sort of thing you're in the mood for. And yeah, if you've had a chance to see the film, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.